everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now some of you may remember that I put a poll up on YouTube and I was asking you guys what sort of video do you want to watch next. Now the choices were between my top 5 most expensive modifications that I've done to my Golf R or my Golf R has a problem, and 60% of you voted for this video, which is my Golf R has a problem, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Some of you may remember that I put a post up on YouTube as well saying pretty much there's not going to be a video Monday, and that was Monday just gone, because I did record this video before and I was happy with it, and as I was editing the video it was around 4 minutes of rattling and it's just not good enough, and it was down to this camera mount here. It was just rattling for no reason, but I've sorted it now. That's not going to be a problem through this video, and that's why I'm recording this in the dark. So hopefully you all can see me as well, because I wasn't really planning on recording this in the dark. I just want to say before I start talking about this problem, if any of you guys are not into this style of video where I just sit down and have a chat with you, now's the time to leave, because nothing special is going to be happening. I'm just going to be sitting here having a chat with you guys about this common problem that VW have caused. But obviously if you do want to know what the problem is, hang about, because this may be some useful information for you. What sort of problem have I got with this Golf R? Now I think this is under the radar, not many people know about it. This doesn't just go for Mark 7Rs, this goes for Mark 7 Golfs in general. So if any of you guys are thinking about buying one, this may be some useful information for you. And if you've got a Mark 7 Golf, this is going to be even better for you, because potentially your car could have this problem and you may not know about it. So what's the problem that I've got with this Golf R? Now in the coolant expansion tank you've got this bag, and inside this bag there's these crystal like things, sort of like salt but bigger. You get the idea. There's stuff inside this bag and it's not good anyway. What can happen is in time this bag will break down because it's got all this coolant surrounding it, and obviously the bag will perish over time and it'll just break, and then whatever's inside that bag is going to go into the coolant, and it's not good. Now this can cause a blockage and it can be quite expensive. It can be an expensive fix. Now you've got 2 hoses going into the firewall, then to the heater matrix. If any of you guys know how to replace a heater matrix, you already know that this is going to be a bit of a problem. Now for those of you who don't know, you've got to take the dashboard out, or at least quite a bit forward anyway, to get at the heater matrix. Now this is a problem, and you can only imagine what the labour costs are gonna cost, and if you do it yourself it's just gonna be time consuming and an overall nightmare. But if you've got a Corsa, you can just simply go down with the footwell, wedge your hand up and sort of get at the heater matrix. But then that is worse because you own a Corsa, and if any of you guys do own Corsas, I'm not sorry. I'm really not. This is how you find out if a blockage is starting. Now I'm gonna call this heater the offside and the heater over there the near side. If I call them driver side and passenger side, people are gonna start getting confused, because I've got a few subscribers who drive on the wrong side of the road and they're gonna start getting confused and all sorts of stuff. So offside, near side is gonna make things a lot easier. So whenever you're out in your car next, you want to get your car up to temperature. Obviously put it on to face, so it's going to start blowing through these heaters. Now you can see here that they're up the highest they go. They're both on high, and the way you can tell that the blockage is happening is just feel by the offside heater, and that's blowing cool. The center heaters are blowing as they should, nice and warm, up to temperature, and the same for the near side. So this tells me that one of the hoses is getting blocked and the problem has to be sorted. And some of you may say that it's down to this heater switch here, which yeah, you have got a fair point, but in my case I've already talked to somebody about it, and it's because of that bag is broken and it started a blockage in those hoses, which I think VW's at fault. But VW being VW don't have a clue what I'm talking about, which they know damn well that that stupid bag is in the coolant tank, and the reason that that stupid bag is in the coolant expansion tank is because it makes the coolant last longer or some sort. They probably say it does something else, which yeah, it may do, but overall it's a stupid idea, and I think this information will be handy obviously when you go for a drive next. Be sure to check it out, have a feel of that offside heater, or if you're thinking about buying a Mark 7, when you take it for a test drive, get it up to temp and just place your hand over the offside heater there. But yeah, some of you may be right, it could be this heater switch on your car, but for me it's down to that blockage. And on to problem number 2. Yep, I've got 2 problems with the Golf R, and this one is a real common fault, and VW again don't want nothing to do with it. Now, if any of you guys have been on forums, I'm sure that you've heard of this problem or people asking about this problem, and that problem is the water pump. I think most of you already knew before clicking on this video, oh, it's got to be a water pump problem. Yep, it is. My water pump is leaking. VW, again, don't want anything to do with it. How it's not a product recall, I don't know, because this fault is so common. And if VW did agree to replace this water pump, I already know what they're going to say. They're going to say, oh, that car's modified, we are not touching it, it's got a set of wind deflectors. That leads to that water pump being faulty. How? Or that car's got aftermarket side skirts. That's made the water pump fail. You get what I mean? They're gonna try and dodge it whatever happens because it's modified. And because it's modified, it's got no sort of warranty. That's void. Because when you go to get tuned by APR, you've got to sign a disclaimer. Which, yeah, I knew that before I even signed it. And the car is 4 years old, so all warranty has gone anyway. And when I bought the car, yes, I could have had extended warranty, but I already knew I was going to modify it, so that'd have been a complete waste of money. So in a way, I can't moan at VW because there's no warranty on it, and that's my fault. But I do think that VW should do something about it because it's such a common fault. I'm sure some of you guys watching this now have got the same fault, or have had the same fault, or even the water pump has failed. If it's happened to you, let me know in the comment section. I would like to know. And I've read online that some people say that their water pump is leaking and it hasn't got worse, but I'm not prepared to drive around in this car with a water pump leaking. It's just silly. It just needs to be done. But it's getting sorted this Saturday with that blockage and some fresh coolant. So my heaters will be blowing nice and warm then. Well, my offside heater will be blowing nice and warm then. But this obviously costs quite a bit. It's not a cheap repair. As you know, water pump, expensive job. And this has put hold on the future modifications. If any of you guys have been following my Instagram, if you're not, the link is in the description down below. You'll know that I've been talking about going stage 3. And obviously, this repair has put that on hold for a minute. But the next thing, I've got to buy are brakes and an intercooler. I've got other parts as well, so stay tuned. And I've got to get a new turbo. Let me know in the comments what sort of turbo you think I should go for. Or intercooler. I know everyone is saying go for a Wagner intercooler. Yeah, that's my problems on my Golf R, but they are getting sorted. So if you did go on to enjoy this video, please leave a like rating down below. I really do appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. I read all comments and I try my best to answer them back. Follow R50 Motive over on Instagram. We post every single day without fail. If you want your Mark 7 Golf or Mark 6 Golf or Mark 5 4 3 2 1 to be posted on the R50 Motive page, send me a direct message of the picture of the car and I'm sure I can put it on our story, or if the image is a high quality image, I'll post it on the page. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And I hope none of you have any sort of faults that I've mentioned in this car, because faults are not fun and repairs are not fun to pay for, or they're not fun to fix yourself.